At a global level, we're seeing this huge transformation away from traditional linear TV businesses and towards online video services. And when you look at India specifically, a lot of this transformation has already happened. So, by Omdia estimates, online video is already bigger than the traditional linear TV business through subscription and advertising. That's in 2026. And as you look forward towards 2030, the size of the online video sector is going to be almost double that of traditional linear TV. This is coming from a few different directions. And actually, rather than subscription being more important in the OTT side, advertising is going to be both a larger share of total online video and a larger share of traditional linear TV. One of the reasons for this is that a lot of the growth is coming from more rural areas of India, your tier 4 and tier 5 cities, where resistance to paying for services is slightly greater. So the advertising importance is actually going to continue to grow as social media expands and as TV expands into these areas. Now, what we're seeing is that the traditional business model that you had in India, where almost every household that had a TV had a cable subscription, is not the case anymore. And we're really seeing this transformation happening. That means that by 2029, what's going to be the case is that most households in India that have a TV aren't actually paying a monthly subscription for a pay TV service. This is coming from a few different directions. One of the directions is the rise of DD Free Dish, which provides a reasonable alternative to lots of households in India and cheap entertainment. The second is the OTT wave, and especially OTT aggregation. A lot of traditional cable players have now moved heavily into OTT aggregation, and you can get 10, 15, 20 OTT services for a relatively low monthly cost. The third direction that you're seeing this shift come from is CTV, and that comes particularly at the top end. Now, the Indian market, CTV is not going to be that big even by 2030, but there continues to be growth potential, and that's also going to skim off a lot of the very top of the market away from your traditional pay TV packages. So this means that by 2029, you're actually going to have more households which are using one of these alternative methods of getting their TV rather than using a traditional cable subscription. Ultimately, what this means is that cable providers, your MSOs, your DTH providers, have to revolutionize their strategy. That comes through, in some cases, OTT aggregation. In some cases, it comes through a really tailored service and trying to find ways to reach customers in rural areas. GTPL just became the second HITS provider in India and says, actually, if we want to continue to survive, we have to find more rural customers who can't be easily served by cable, for example. But it also means in some cases, what they're going to have to do is look to other services and say, how can we revolutionize broadband bundling? India still has really low household broadband penetration, and maybe this is a way to stabilize the business. The fact that it has lower broadband penetration, I think, also means that when the collapse comes in India in terms of traditional TV households, it's going to happen faster than in some other places where people get more bundled services from their TV providers because it's all part of a big telco deal. That means that it's never been more important, I think, to really revolutionize your strategy if you're an Indian pay TV provider, to think about what you're going to do in the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years and really get that strategy right. Thankfully, we're tracking this market all the time. We have a huge amount of insight. And so if you want to learn more, then please do get in touch.